Steeler Nation, I guess we can, I don't know, I guess we can talk about a recap. G'day guys, welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. Now in this video guys, I'm going to talk a little bit about the game, but I first of all want to start with, as I'm having a bit of a sherbet, a bit of a beer, Jack Daniels on the side, I do want to apologize for what I was doing yesterday. When you're in this space on YouTube, I do wear my heart on my sleeve, so I'm the exact same person that I would be if I was at the bar. Now in my live stream yesterday, the game was so emotional, and near the end, I think I was a bit too much over the top with the constant swearing and all these kind of things. And there was some, things I was saying that like I don't overly mean, and nor do I want to make it too personal. With the stuff with Tomlin, and I know people say one side is Tomlin, fire him. The other side is don't fire Tomlin, right? I'm just more or less over. I'm over the argument of that kind of stuff. But I did get a bit carried away. And I tell you what, it's hard not to. It is. It is hard not to. See the comments fly in. So nothing personal with everything else. I need to do better. All day when I watched the game today, then I had a bit of a rest. It's been a crazy day today, actually. So right now is my 8:30 p.m. You guys are waking up. This will be your American morning, video for Steelers. Not a victory Monday. Monday morning, I don't know what you call it. I have no idea. A wild Monday. The weather was insane. So first of all, I just want to say, that was not good on my part to be so over animated, and I was losing control maybe of the room and that kind of stuff. And I don't want to be too argumentative, but it just came that way because of how crazy that game was. And of course, how crazy a fan I am. And you know what? I need to do better. So, but we'll see what happens this Thursday versus Steelers versus Patriots. So I respect everyone's opinion out there. And you know what? I need to give you guys the thought too, because look, I am a pro Tomlin guy. I like him, as you know. And then I get comments saying, well, fire him, Teflon Tomlin. And you know what? You deserve to have that comment as well. As long as you're not going after me by calling me an idiot or stupid or anything like that, or you don't know football, you're a fake fan, then that's fine. So I need to do better in the comments, allow you guys to have your view on the game. But overall, man, the game was tough. The game was very tough to see our Steelers get a good first drive, getting 3 points, going down the field. Then everything since near the halftime when the 4th and 1 and, Trubisky and Kenny Pickett got injured, from that point, it could have easily been our ball for 10-3 and then have a good defense going to the halftime. But it went the other way. The Cardinals got the stop. Huge momentum builder for them. They got that stop, and they went down the field 99 yards, right? So listen, I need to do better. I've got a sherbet here, like I said. We'll see how we go with that. But I also want to I've got a list of things I want to go through just quickly to knock them off, and then maybe talk about Kenny Pickett and the injury, and of course, Trubisky, right? But I don't know. It was a very, very tough game. Very tough game. Let me take a quick of this. I'll have a quick firework break. I'm gonna have a quick drink. I know it's a video form, a quick firework break, because I think we need that for a refresher. I'm gonna have a quick sip and I'll be right back. That's fantastic. I just had about 2 gulps of this. Man, so look, it's not over yet. I would try and see the positive most times, but this was yet again another bad loss for Mike Tomlin. I think now within 48 times or 40, I think out of his whole 240 games or something similar, in 48 times below 500, he has the most losses against teams below 500. We see it every year. He loses to the Jets, the Raiders, teams that are 2-10, teams that are 2-11. It happens all the time. Now, on the flip side, you see Tomlin can win games that you don't expect him to win. But for some reason, there is a current theme over the last few years that Tomlin does play down to these opponents. But not all the blame should go on Tomlin. Of course, the players and Mason Cole, Trubisky, there's blame for the players too. So not all the blame should just go on Coach Tomlin. But I know we want to do that. And you know what? As I get better with this stuff, going into almost 3 years podcasting on this platform, near 2,000 subs, I need to get better. I need to grow this community. You got to have your voice. I have my voice too. So we need to, if we disagree, fine, but we need to build that respect that way. That's where I need to do better. Okay. So there's things on Tomlin. For sure, not a good game. 24-10, as you see. Do I still have it? Yes, I do. 24-10. You can't allow the Cardinals to score 24 points. I talked about Murray getting 4 interceptions. That wasn't a good look, right? But I want to start with I think what I've got written here is, where is it? Yeah, Mason Cole. First of all, Mason Cole in low snaps. I think that was one of his worst performances ever in a Steeler uniform. There was 3 or 4 snaps to Kenny Pickett that was right down the bottom. There was one time he did a bad snap to Kenny Pickett and it cost him a sack. Another time it cost them a drive to go for a field goal. That was bad. I've got here 1 to the red zone, missed pass and DJ. 1 resulted in a 3rd and 2 sack. I watched the game again, so I wrote everything down. Excuse me. Mason Cole had a low snap, look at the stack. Mason Cole missed blocks as well. So it's not all on him, but he was part of the reason why the Steelers were just terrible yesterday. Screenplay near the end of the the first quarter, went nowhere. 3rd and 4. Says here, that's me. I've written down notes. The offense struggles against blitz pickup. That's 100%. They send the blitz. Kenny Pickett and offensive line cannot figure it out. Next minute, you're in the backfield doing spins like Alex Highsmith, and they just can't figure that out. All right. This is the point where I think the game pretty much was on its head. The big drive all the way down the field went 4th and 1. Kenny Pickett ran for it. There was players open like Calvin Austin to the left-hand side. He might have been open. He missed him. Didn't see him. Kenny Pickett runs to the end zone. You know what? You got to as a quarterback, he is getting injured quite a bit now. Take care of your body as best you can. Putting yourselves in harm's way like that, it's not going to give you a long career. Not good. So Kenny Pickett looks to be out now from the reports I saw from Adam Schefter, 2 to 4 weeks. So Trubisky is probably starting this week. But from that drive, it was 3rd and 1, and they didn't get it, and it turned into a 4th and 1. Then we saw the moment of the game. The moment of the game was Trubisky coming in for his first snap, and they lined up in shotgun to Najee Harris. And I think every man their dog all around the world, even if you're not a Steelers supporter, every single person around the world thought they're not going to pass this ball. There's no way they pass this football. And they didn't. They ran out of shotgun. The O-line didn't get enough push. Najee couldn't get through, and the Cardinals get the stop. That is the key point, I think, to this game where everything changed and we went, oh my goodness. Now you're thinking that the defense can hold at the 1-yard line, right? But the Cardinals did a reverse Super Bowl 43 and they ran their own 99 yards down the field like James Debo Harrison did for their interception in Super Bowl 43. They did the opposite. They went down in 14 plays, 4 minutes, something like that, 99 yards and a TD to extend the game 10-3. That's where it all went haywire. Now, also, after the break, I think we had the rain delay. We had 1 drive or 2 rain delay. And then we had Trubisky with the fumble, which Mason Cole, bad snap. He played terrible and then fumbled everything. We had another rain delay. In total, I think I counted over an hour and a half of rain delays. All right, it wasn't good to see. I also got written down here too. They got the penalty hit on Roberts. I've got written down that Killebrew, he made 2 or 3 mishaps. One with a punt hitting the punter, the face mask, and the kickoff returner. So he needs to be better too. So there's no disciplined football, at least in this game, right? Now in other games versus the Bengals, I thought they played pretty well. 16-10, they ran the ball. They got out of there with a W. But this game just didn't come together. Chris Boswell missed a field goal too when they were down, 17-3. They missed a field goal. And things just didn't go our way. Everything didn't go our way. The Cardinals fumbled the ball a few times, and they always got it back, right? So at this point, though, you kind of think, where do we go next? And I'll start to wrap up shortly as I won't make it too long of a video because we might do a live stream tomorrow or Monday as well. And you kind of think, yeah, where do we go next as Steeler fans? And I'm trying to wear, the cool stuff to try and be somewhat positive. Steelers are 7-5, short turnaround. Actually, in fact, the short turnaround is pretty good. Short turnaround. Don't think about it too much. Go out there and have an easy game plan to design. Run the rock and play good defense. Shut down the Patriots. Didn't score any points today. Shut them down and get away with a win and take a rest. Get away with a win and move to 8-5, and then you have 4 games left to improve to try and get the playoffs wild card or win the division. So you think, yeah, where do we go next, right? Kenny Pickett's out for the next 2 to 4 weeks. I have zero faith in Trubisky, zero. Mike Tomlin's going to start him, so he deserves some pressure for that choice in the personnel. They're not going to start Rudolph, which I think you're probably better off starting Rudolph, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think too, though. But they're going to start Trubisky. I have zero faith. I feel like I think he's done. I think overall his quarterback play is poor. I think his arm release, all that kind of stuff, even working in the pocket. He did like a fake pump pass the other day or pump fake or whatever. It went nowhere. He's slow. He can't make good decisions. I don't think he can throw the ball deep that far. I just don't think he's a good leader for this offense. I just don't see him as exciting as I did when I see Kenny Pickett in the pocket and I see Kenny Pickett actually trying to win the game for the Steelers. I don't think he scored many points with Trubisky. But somehow, some way, we have to watch him play on Thursday. I don't know how. It's going to be what? Trubisky versus Mac Jones, or whoever the Patriots quarterback is. A thriller, an absolute thriller. Steelers versus Patriots. Long gone are the Big Ben days versus Brady. It's Trubisky versus Mac Jones, which is insane. So, like I said, where do we go from here? The only thing you really can do is a short turnaround. I know that everyone's going to be in really fire mode for fire the coaches, fire Austin, fire Tomlin, fire this, fire that. But in reality, right now, you can't fire them. Not with 5 games to go. Next year, possibly if the Roonies wanted to, but they won't. They have 1 more year to go on Coach Tomlin's contract. If they don't extend it, then Coach Tomlin walks away, and the Steelers find a new coach, and we move into another year, 2024, and we see what happens. But I don't think so. All right. Now, Coach Tomlin and the Steelers, they got to figure this stuff out because they got a pretty good defense, but they can't allow up 99 yards for an Arizona Cardinal team who's a 2-10 team to go down the field. That makes no sense. So where do you go from here? The best thing you can probably do is try and fight as hard as you can by playing physical football. And by the way, that Roberts is now out too. So middle linebacker looks like they've lost every single middle linebacker they had. Cole Holcomb, Corn Alexander, Roberts. He looks like have the groin injury. He could miss time too. Who do you have next? Walker and Miles Jack? Don't know. Blake Martinez? Don't know. So all I can think now what you can do is on a level of cheering for the team or supporting for the team or Steelers and whatnot, whatever it may be, is just hope to goodness they play some good football and play competitive football and have a chance to go to the playoffs. Now, I'm not saying they're going to go to the playoffs, nor am I saying they're going to win a playoff game because they have to show us in the next 4 to 5 games how to be a physical team and how to finish games and how to get points off drives and working the tight ends more like they were doing with the Bengals game and get back to the run and stick with the run in certain parts, right? They've got to be physical. If they can't do that stuff, then they won't beat the Patriots. If they can't beat the Patriots, do they even deserve to go into the playoffs? Well, mathematically, they're not eliminated, but how do you go and beat the Colts? How then you got a big, tough game versus the Bengals. You got a tough game against Seahawks and Ravens. These games won't be easy. So for the next 5 games, they've really got to take care of business and wake up. Like, I thought this game versus the Cardinals, they would have woken up and got back to business and taken care of business and picked off Murray and all that kind of stuff. I didn't see any fanfare from the Cardinals. I haven't seen any Cardinals fans around anywhere talking any kind of smack or troll because, to me, they simply don't exist. You don't see them out there. Their fan base is like non-existent because their team is doing so poor. They're all checked out. They get this win over the Steelers. And look, it was a great win. James Conner ran the ball well. But for us, where do the Steelers go next? That's the thing. We've got a short turnaround. I know it's been a long video. Short turnaround for our team. And for Monday, and legit, it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday Night Football, my Friday. I'll be here streaming the same thing again. I will try not to get too animated because the way I conducted myself wasn't how I want to do this long term. I was very emotional about the whole day and everything else, right? So I will be better. That's for sure. You know what? And we all make mistakes, so hopefully you guys can forgive me on that level, in that sense. But for the Steelers, it's short turnaround. It's back to practice. It's get back in the lab. It's become physical and play with toughness, and try and get a W. Try and at least show up for the Patriots game and don't get ridden out of town. You can't lose back-to-back games at home at Heinz Field versus the Cardinals, who are 2-10, and also now versus the Patriots, who are 2-11. That would look really bad. It really would. That would send our season into like a disaster mode. And the next minute, the Steelers, well, you're then really fighting on and hanging on to not only the trying to beat teams, but trying to get in the playoffs too, and trying to be above 500, and trying to get the playoffs for a wild card spot. Because right now, Denver, they lost, but they're climbing up there. The Bills are in the mix a little bit. Colts are in the mix. The Texans, they're winning. They're in the mix too. So the Browns somehow, they're still in it, even though they got a loss. But we're coming, I think, 6th seed right now. And if you lose these games back to back with a hard game versus Colts, you will drop right out of the playoffs and it will be done. So it is overall a frustrating time to be a Steelers fan, but we've been here before, to be honest. We've been here with the real low lows. We've been here on the high highs. That is 11-0 seasons. That is Super Bowls back in the day. That is playoff victories, versus the Chiefs or whatnot. We've seen the high highs, but recently this team, it puts together 2 wins in a row. You're feeling okay. Next minute, you get a loss. You're feeling okay with a win in the 400-yard game, and you beat the Bengals. You're feeling, all right, this team's not going too bad. 7-4, get a loss. They can't string together a consistency. They're not consistent, and the injuries played a big part today. TJ Watt walked out, middle linebacker. Kenny Pickett went out too. That changed it all. And also, Isaac Seumalo went out as well. So a lot of things I covered today, guys, but I do hope you guys appreciate the talk for 17 minutes, 18 minutes, whatever it may be. But like I said, to summarize, I do apologize for how I was way too animated and how I used way too many swear words. I don't want to be in that state too often unless there's a purpose behind it and there's reason for it. But everyone should have a voice. You should have a voice. I should have a voice, and we should start to hopefully discuss that, or discuss both sides, right, and come to some form of agreement or something similar, where we're not yelling at each other, because we are all one team at the end of the day. All we want to do is, when I have my point, I cheer so loudly for X, and you cheer so loudly for Y or X, and we're cheering to want the team to win. That's what we're doing. We're just doing it from different angles. If it may be start Warren, start Najee, start this guy, he's trash, or whatever it may be. I'm a Rudolph fan, I'm a Trubisky fan, right? Or I'm a Coach Tomlin guy, or I'm a, clean everything, get everything done, clean it off, and start again. I understand every single viewpoint around that, but when it's a heat of the moment, it gets very frustrating. It's very crazy, I tell you that. Whew! But you guys have been great. Cheers to you guys. We got the loss today by the Cardinals. Another humbling moment in Steelers fandom. Like, this is something where we see these teams like, oh yeah, we've got a chance to beat them on paper. Every single person chooses us to win. The next minute, we get nowhere. We look like Greenberg. We're done. All right, guys. Thank you for checking out Steelers Nation Australia. I'll see you later.